Hello and welcome back. Just got up here. Haven't even opened the tent yet, so I'm gonna get that started. Get the tent or get unpacked, get it loaded up in the tent here, and figure out what I'm gonna do today. Probably just gonna continue with some of the chores I was up to last time I was out, but let's get unloaded first, get the tent opened up, and clear off the snow. Then we'll go from there. Right, got all the tents and sheds and outhouse cleared off. Still not very much snow this year. It's somewhat surprising. Last year we didn't get very much either, but this year, the way it started, looked like we were going to get an awful lot of snow. But so far, this is really only maybe 20 inches or something in total, and most of it kind of melted, and anyway, not too bad. So I've been sort of keeping these tents cleared. Every few weeks I'm up here, so end up clearing them off. But this little outhouse, which is actually a bike shed, or old bike shed, it actually held quite a bit of snow load that my tent collapsed. I didn't end up coming up here for quite a while that winter, and there was a scary amount of snow on top of this thing. I was quite impressed that it didn't fall down before I had a chance to clear it off. So, but I don't want to chance it, and I'm hoping next year or in the summer that I can replace my carport shed here for the tractor with a more permanent structure. So I'm going to use some of the trees that I'm taking down here along the water, and a couple other spots. I'm going to see if I can make kind of like a pole barn structure with just like a tin roof or something, just to keep the rain and snow and stuff off it. May close in the sides, but it's mostly just the roof that I want. So that's one of my projects I'm hoping to start this spring or sometime in the summer. Anyway, we'll see that. My priority is going to be the road, so anytime I can do work on the road, I do want to focus on that. Or the driveway, I should say. I call it a road. But while I'm waiting for things and can't make any more progress on it, then I'll kind of fall back on some of these other projects and see if I can get those done. It'd be nice to get that done before next winter. That would be a good goal if I could actually complete it by then. But hard to say at this point if I'll have the time over the summer or not. If I can get my my aggregate guy to bring me lots of stuff, then I should be able to keep pretty busy on the driveway. Or if I make really good progress and I make it all the way up to the build site, then I can also kind of fall back on doing some other projects in between. I'm not going to start the cottage build this year. So not this summer, but probably the next summer. So that's my current thinking anyway. But I'm been changing my mind and moving in different directions all the time. So who knows what'll actually happen when I get there? Might be 2 years away before I start it. Might be 3. But there's a chance that I could change my mind and want to get parts of it started this summer as well if I make good progress. But anytime I think that I'm gonna make good progress, or kind of plan too far ahead with too many projects, I end up not getting anywhere near as much done as I thought I was going to. So try not to be too optimistic on how much I'm going to get done, but still looking forward to the progress this summer. But until then, it's basically still winter, so I can't really do too much on that front. So back to the tent here, and the nice lake. What a beautiful day. Sun is sort of half shining most of the day here. And yeah, it's just a great view. Nice to be out here, even if I'm not you know, doing a ton of work, just kind of hanging out, but still nice to be out here. So a couple of things that I'm thinking. So I've got this patch of trees over here that I started last time. I got some of the logs sort of put aside there for using for that build in the summer. But there's a bunch of other sort of smaller ones that probably are just going to be, you know, burnable. A couple other dead ones like this one here. This one along the edge here is also dead. Might as well take it down. And then yeah, just thin out some of the dead ones. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff. So I'm not sure how much I'm gonna actually get done. But yeah, I guess I just got to get myself organized here and decide where I want to start. I also wanted to go for a little bit of a walk. I might do that even first, just kind of walk down the water here and check things out a bit. Nice and frozen. There's still not a lot of snow yet, so I don't even need my snowshoes on. I keep bringing them up when I come, but I haven't really needed them yet. So yeah, maybe what I'll do is I'll just go for a little hike here first before I get myself set up, and then I'll get to work. So let's go. Let's head down here, and I'll show you the place that I'm planning to build my my cottage. Nice day for a walk on the water. I haven't actually been kind of along the water edge here, because I'm usually in the boat. If I'm in the boat, I'm out on that kind of, you know, canal out there. And I've hiked up there, or walked up there last winter, I think, on that side too. But I didn't really come over here. You see the sort of creek area there. I can hear the water. I can't see any open water, so it's frozen right up to the probably to the edge of it. But let's check this little area out. All this muskeg. This is all basically like floating muskeg. So there's you know, water basically underneath it, a couple of feet of water underneath the sort of root ball that comes up. And it's just not filled in the channel area there. A lot of good future firewood around here too. Not so much the softwood that just kind of, you know, wrecks pretty easily, but quite a few of these are hardwood too that will be in pretty good shape for burning. All the stuff that died when the water rose up a little bit from the beaver dam there. But pretty neat. I like these big, sort of gnarly looking pines. I'll leave stuff like that as I sort of tidy up this shoreline. You know, take away a lot of the bushy, messy looking stuff and leave some of the nice big ones. But yeah, I don't know how much you know, clearing I'll even do kind of in this area. Kind of just depends on you know, how far that other stuff goes. You can see a couple of like, you know, big trees kind of back in here. That one looks like it's right on the edge of the water, but still alive. Hopefully it can you know, withstand the roots being saturated like that. Quite messy in here. I think here we're getting close now to Carly's bunkie spot. If you're watching Carly, I know you're kind of hit and miss with these videos, but if you are watching, there's a nice view of your cottage area. So I think, or bunkie I should say. I think what we had said is the bunkie will likely kind of fall, you know, right around in there, in that little cluster of trees kind of there. And then kind of the trail to get down will come up. You can see where the road is just up there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I can. There's a little flag on a stick there too that shows where to come in. So down here will be maybe like the fire pit or something over there. And then yeah, the sort of bunky area. So the idea, and we might even do some of this work in the winter here if Carly can find some time to come up again. And do the same things we were doing over there and clear up some of these dead trees, because there's, you know, quite a bit of dead here along the edge. Needs to get cleared out if you want that to be a nice view. And also planting this big old tree here, which it may or may not be dead actually. It's still rooted, it just kind of like fell over. We're going to try to incorporate that into some kind of a dock or something. So make it you know, part of the structure of the dock, or just use it as one of the braces or something. Haven't quite figured out how to make use of it yet, but that'll be like the dock kind of coming off the where the bunky area is. And then yeah, the like fire pit or something will be kind of in there. And then we just need to clean up a lot of these sort of dead thick brush on the outside here, and then should be a nice little spot. So that probably won't happen for quite a while though. I'm not sure when we'll get around to actually doing any of the build aspect of that, but you know, slowly pick away at it. Each time Carly comes down, we'll spend a couple hours working on it. So here's the other beaver hut. I think this might be the active one. There's another one you can see kind of out there across, and then there's the one we pointed out earlier. I think this is the active one, but it might actually be the one back here because it looks a little more bigger. This one looks a little flattened, but they are still active. Whatever beavers living around here since my my beaver fiasco, which you may or may not have heard about on the other videos. But anyway, the beavers are still going strong here, which is good. And so yeah, now just kind of keep coming along here. This is where the lake starts to open up. There's definitely still a little bit of weeds and stuff in here, but along this shoreline it's pretty deep. The weeds aren't growing, and then it goes out into the main area there. You can sort of see the edge of my road there. I started cutting shelf cuts into the hillside. Kind of a little hard to tell, but it's just up there, the pathway. And we're getting close now. Here. Definitely some claws on that. It's like might be like a bobcat or a lynx or something like that, but fairly decent size cat-like creature. Sure. Pretty cool. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, so this is where the road or driveway kind of comes down the hill a little bit, and then right in basically behind these trees, this is where the kind of like parking area will be, where I've got it cleared out a little bit, and then you kind of go towards the back there and up, and that's where the cottage will be, kind of up in that spot there. So yeah, a decent part of the lake. Let's back out here a little bit, and right kind of in between, so there's this big kind of hump here and big hump over there. And at first I wasn't sure which one of these I'd build on. Originally I think I was targeting the one over here, but I actually prefer this first one anyway, because it means I can build a, you know, maybe like a little camping area or something over on that one. But in between the two, down in this sort of gully here, obviously needs a lot of cleanup still. But down in there, that's where the kind of access to the water will be. You'll have like a dock coming out of there, and any kind of boats and stuff that we'll kind of park inside there. But yeah, so up on top of that little plateau there, that's where the cottage is going to be. But you can actually get a really nice sort of view of the backdrop now, with all the leaves gone, all the you know, the rocky outcroppings and cliff faces that are going to be. And so up by the Twin Pines, I'm calling it, that's where the water storage will be. So I haven't quite figured out how to get the water up there and what to store it in and all that, but that's where the water storage will be. That'll be gravity fed down into the cottage for mostly just gray water, like to run the, you know, the taps and the bathroom and that kind of stuff. It won't be drinkable, so we'll still have to bring, you know, water in for drinking. I mean, I probably could do something to purify it or whatever, but my plan is just to, for now anyway, it's just for that to be kind of gray water. But yeah, I did sort of rough calculations based on the rough height, and it should give me the perfect sort of water pressure just by the amount of height I have there with the gravity. So I just need to figure out all the details for that, but I'm not really in a rush for that part. You know, that's kind of like, you know, next phase once I get the cottage kind of in place. But first stage, I guess, is just to get the cottage kind of up, you know, sealed in, and get a wood stove kind of in there, and then it's basically operational at that point. So I do want to have a bathroom, so I may need to have something figured out for water, but I might not do my full water solution in the short term while I get you know, things kind of moving forward. So I'll maybe just set up like a temporary bucket or barrel or something, you know, up on the hill, just to give, you know, enough water flow to fill like the back of the toilet kind of thing, and maybe a tap or something. But yeah, just kind of thinking here on the fly, because I haven't really put much thought into that yet. I'm very focused on the road right now and not the cottage. But anyway, that's where it'll be. It's a pretty nice little spot there, and you can see down there where the tent is. There is a little bit of a launch kind of area there that every once in a while somebody camps at. You're not actually allowed to camp there, but every once in a while somebody does. And then, you know, there's a few cottages kind of out. You can't see a lot except for the guy's house at the very end there. You can sort of see him, not so much from up at the cottage though. And then on this side, you can sort of see there's a few other, you know, cottages that you can see, but there's nothing basically up until that point. So all this is, you know, basically unbuildable. It's all crown land. And same with you know, around that corner there, that whole side of the lake actually. So at the end of my property, which is about there, so that kind of like taller pine tree there, I think it's around there is where the property line is. And then so my property runs basically, you know, from there all the way around where the tent is and up to the road, and then just a little bit on this side of the lake. So it goes up the edge of the lake. So I own that basically whole end of the lake plus this whole side here. And then when my property ends, somewhere in that kind of like the corner there, it's crown land, you know, down around the corner, and then the lake, you know, the lake does open up quite a bit around there as well, and scoots down probably from here. It probably scoots down about like that far, I'd say, is where the very corner would be, but kind of way down there. And so it's all crown land around the whole lake, and up to where that guy's property is, which I think runs kind of past where you can see. I think his property goes a little bit farther down as well, but not all the way to the end or anything, just down a little bit from where he is now. So anyway, that's the plan. I'm just rambling on here a little bit now, so I guess I'll head back and start getting some work done. But yeah, it's really nice to see this in the winter. It's really beautiful out here today too. All those cliff faces are. Gotta do more exploring up there. I've only been up exploring in the there's a few like little caves and a lot of really cool cliff or like rock sheer faces. But it's kind of like, you know, gradual, right? Like it sort of bumps up a little bit each time. But there's a few spots where you know, if you're going across, you have to decide, do I go like up or down? Because you can't really navigate you know, straight up the side of the mountain here. It's just too steep in spots. Anyways, let's head back now and get some work done. All right, that's a pretty good dent in the side of the water here, but think I'm going to get out a lighter there and some birch bark and a lighter, and get that thing fired up. It's going to take some time to burn down. There's a few more trees I think that I want to take down, and over there a bit too, but I'll get that thing fired up first, and then maybe take a break too, have a little snack, and then I'll get going on those once it's burned down a bit, so I can throw more on. So let's go get the stuff and fire it up. All right, I'm pretty happy with how that's coming. A couple of big ones still there that I didn't take yet. Might get those another day, but I'm not going to do those today. So those two at the end there. And then I have talked about that big one again too, but I'm going to leave it for now. But I did get the one along the edge here, and I cleaned up a little bit there too by the dock. So yeah, it's coming together. Just going to hang out by the fire here now a little bit, get some enjoy some warmth, let it burn down, get all the little sticks kind of thrown on top, and yeah, we'll just sort of take it easy for a bit. So I think I'll just let you go there. So I may or may not do some stuff tomorrow, but we'll see. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye for now.